Madyaw nga hinaat kanato nga tanan. The Honorable Mayor Rone Vicente Conde Lagnada and his wife Manang Titing and the whole family. The Honorable Congressman Joboy Aquino and wife Mimi and the entire Aquino family. The new Vice Mayor of the City of Butuan, the Honorable Ray Deshata and wife Sam and the whole family. My colleagues of the 16th Sangguniang Panlungsod, members of the 17th Sangguniang Panlungsod, the mayor of our household, my ever-reliable partner, Therese, and my sons, Reason and Chosen. Populi could not join us this morning, my youngest, because he's in Spain playing football, participating in the Pyrenees Cup that started 3 days ago. City government, department heads, and my fellow workers in the city government, members of the academe, the civil society, regional directors and officials of the regional line agencies, mga punong barangay o mga kagawad, akong mga kaparyentehan, akong mga barkada, mga bisita, friends, ladies and gentlemen, again, madyaw nga hinaat. I don't know why we can't always dictate exactly as we want the course of our lives. We dream, we plan, we set targets, but along the way, things emerge. Circumstances shift, realities confront us, and in time, growth and maturity reshape our mindset. The search for fulfillment deepens, our values evolve, and sometimes the very foundations laid in childhood reveal a path we never expected, one that becomes clearer only when we reach the crossroads and see it beckoning us forward. I was a struggling law student when I made a firm decision. I would never, ever enter politics. But financial crisis came in the way. To get through law school, I had to work. And that work brought me into the halls of Congress. I served under 3 different members of the House of Representatives, each with their own distinct style of leadership, each one effective in their own way. The first was the Bartop Nutcher, a principled man who had gone into exile during the dark days of martial law. His thinking was shaped by the fight to defend democracy when it was most under attack, a struggle he was deeply part of. The second was an Ivy League trained economist, born into privilege and political pedigree, but determined to use his education and platform to push policy that mattered. The third, a once happy-go-lucky student who surprised many by placing in the bar. This lawyer carried within him an admirable devotion to community and public service. Despite being exposed to the world of politics and to political leaders who inspired me in different ways, I still held on to my plan. I would become a lawyer, build my life in Metro Manila, come home only in December and May, and live out a future far from the political arena. And yet, even after passing the bar, I found myself unable to fully turn away from government. I continued to serve as legal consultant to the House of Representatives, the Department of Education, the Commission on Appointments. Alongside my private law practice, I stayed active in advocacy work and joined the League of Lawyers committed to transparency, accountability, human rights, and the rule of law. In this work, we often had to engage government, sometimes as its partner, sometimes as its critic. In one way or another, government was always there, woven into my life. All roads seemed to lead back to it, even when I didn't want them to. For 3 elections, I was asked to run for city councilor. I declined the first 2 times. But on the third, I finally said yes. Why? I wasn't entirely sure at that time. But I was firm in my resolve. I just felt it was time. And the rest, as they say, is history. I consider myself truly fortunate to begin this new chapter as local chief executive with a solid start. For this, I am deeply grateful. My utmost appreciation and gratitude goes to Mayor Ronnie Vicente Conde Lagnada, whose visionary and strong-willed leadership transformed Butuan over the past 9 years. Much of the groundwork for governance was laid during his 3 full terms, from strategic and operational planning to fiscal discipline, from new systems to digitalization and reorganization, from the establishment of quality management system, strengthened planning, and internal audit function. He launched game-changing infrastructure projects that began to stitch together the city's present and future, road networks that connect growth areas and all 86 barangays, a comprehensive urban drainage system, a state-of-the-art command and data center, the nearly completed South Market Complex, a logistical seaport that has commenced implementation, and so much more. My time this morning would not be enough to enumerate all of them. We also recognize Congressman Jose Joboy Aquino, who has been tirelessly working in the House of Representatives to secure via national funding for our city's strategic projects and social welfare programs. Daghang salamat, Congressman Joboy. And to the 16th Sangguniang Panglungsod and its dedicated workforce, especially my colleagues with whom I worked in the last 3 years, thank you is not enough. You labored long hours alongside our partners and stakeholders to transform the Sanggunian into a transparent, efficient, inclusive, and accountable local legislature, and enacted 16 priority codes and other landmark legislation, giving the city government a suite of policy directions that now guide our development trajectories. Because we have been rowing in the same direction since Team One Butuan started in 2016, one thing is clear: our vision remains. And we shall, alongside with the people of Butuan, sail the same course. We are simply entering a new lap, scaling new heights, and writing the next exciting chapter of Butuan's transformation. I am blessed to have conscientious, sincere, and capable teammates who helped bring Butuan to where it is today. Building on this foundation and legacy, it is now my responsibility to define the leadership I offer. A governance shaped by values I have nurtured through years of public service, advocacy, and civic work. Let me now share what kind of governance this administration will stand for. It will be RISE, rights-based, inclusive, smart, and enabling. Rights-based Rights-based governance will be a hallmark of our administration. Upholding human dignity, social justice, and equity will be non-negotiables. The city government shall fully embrace its role as a duty bearer, ensuring that development planning, policy making, public service delivery, and enforcement of laws and regulations all serve to protect and promote the rights and freedoms of every Botswanan. Second, inclusive. We will tap into the power of community spirit. I believe that the greatest renewable resource of any city is its people. And here in Butuan, our people have always been ready to take part. We will institutionalize mechanisms that ensure all sectors, groups, and organizations are heard, and that their insights and initiatives are valued. No one should be left behind in our shared journey. Third, smart. We will stay the course toward our vision of becoming a smart eco-city. We will leverage technology, data, and innovation not just to modernize systems, but to improve people's lives. Evidence-based governance will continue to guide us. Green, efficient, responsive, and effective. Because the people of Butuan deserve nothing less. Fourth, enabling. We will create policies, build systems, and open spaces where people, communities, and institutions can thrive and become co-creators of progress. Regulations must not merely impose order, they must empower. Governance should enable growth, encourage participation, and provide citizens the tools to contribute meaningfully to Butuan's transformation. We are building not just a city, but a community of partners. So where do we begin? Mayor Ronnie has laid a strong foundation and shown that what many thought impossible in under a decade can in fact be done. We now have a comprehensive land use plan completed over 4 years that carefully maps out the potential of our lands and resources. We have a comprehensive road network plan that connects our production areas to markets, rural barangays to the city, and communities to each other. We have an energy development plan that makes us future ready. And we have a newly reorganized city government structure that is prepared to carry out this ambitious agenda. We are pursuing the same vision that Team One Butuan laid out. But now, it is our turn to build further, dig deeper, and bring more Butuanons into the process of shaping our shared future. This administration shall be guided by the values I have long stood for and by the trust our people have placed in us. The journey continues, the momentum is ours to sustain, and the responsibility is one I carry with humility, but also with resolve. I shall be guided by the following pillars: law-abiding citizenry and safe communities. We all want to live in a city where people follow the law, not out of fear, but out of respect for what is right. But we cannot expect that to happen if the law is applied selectively, if systems are broken, or if those in power act as if the rules do not apply to them. A law-abiding citizenry begins with good governance. When people see fairness, consistency, and integrity from their leaders, they are more likely to embrace discipline. Not because they're afraid, but because they believe in the rules we live by. But this is not just about enforcement. It is about education. We must teach our young people not just what the laws are, but why they matter. Values like honesty, responsibility, and respect must be part of what we pass on. Likewise, communities must be involved. Peace and order work best when people see it not as control, but as care and nurturing. And most importantly, we must lead by example. We cannot demand discipline if we do not embody it ourselves. Peace and order are not just ideas. They are prerequisites for progress. And to build a safer Butuan, we will strengthen the synergy between our barangay peacekeeping forces and our national security agencies. This will be supported by the installation of modern street lights and CCTV systems across key population centers, vital deterrents to crimes and tools for swift response. The Butuan City Command and Data Center, a flagship project under Mayor Ronnie Lagnad, is nearing completion. We shall vigorously ensure that the project is fully completed soon, as this will serve as nerve center of our public safety and disaster response operations, and is as well a critical infrastructure for smart, responsive, and data-driven governance. This will lay the foundation as we work toward the operationalization of a 9/11 inspired emergency response system that ensures swift, decisive action in times of crisis. In terms of disaster risk reduction and public safety, we will review and upgrade our evacuation protocols and facilities to ensure humane and dignified treatment of internally displaced persons. As I now request the Sangguniang Panlungsod to begin work on and later pass the Internally Displaced Persons Ordinance. On the anti-drug front, our campaign will center on human dignity. We will pursue drug syndicates relentlessly, without let-up. But for victims, we will prioritize healing, treatment, rehabilitation, and education, while offering alternative livelihoods for those most vulnerable to recruitment into the drug trade. Through these efforts, we will build not just a peaceful city, but a law-abiding, secure, and compassionate community where every citizen plays a part in keeping Butuan safe and strong. Number 2, active and productive citizenry. We aim to provide the best support to each and every Butuanon so that they may reach their fullest potential. We will focus on health promotion and nutrition, beginning with the empowerment of our barangay health workers as one of our priorities. This will be supported by our parallel efforts to improve our primary healthcare facilities, as well as the planned upgrade of the Butuan Medical Center to Level 3 with the help of Representative Joboy Aquino. In education, we shall pursue the establishment of the Butuan Center of Excellence North Campus in partnership with the Department of Education, a project already in motion and ready for expansion. To improve quality of the delivery of our education services, we will organize or reorganize the City Education Development Department, bring in more competent professionals, and develop a comprehensive city education development plan. As a former youth leader and athlete myself, youth and sports development will be a personal advocacy. We will nurture the next generation of leaders, artists, and athletes, Butuanons who will one day bring honor to our city. We are now only awaiting COA's green light. Once given, we will immediately commence rehabilitation and construction of the Polysports Complex in Barangay Tiniwisan. We will also identify idle open spaces in schools and barangays and convert them into mini sports training grounds, so athletes in far-flung areas won't have to travel far to be able to train. Social welfare will be given extra and special attention. And our approach will prioritize economic empowerment over short-term aid. Programs will be designed to uplift our marginalized and vulnerable sectors through opportunity, skills building, and dignity. Efficient mobility is key to increasing the productivity of our people. With this in mind, we will ensure the efficient rollout of our transport route plans that will be a win-win for the transport sector and the commuters. We shall work closely with our stakeholders with the end of providing reliable, safe, affordable, and green mobility options to our commuters, while also ensuring a sustainable source of income for our transport providers. Number 3, well-managed environment. A healthy environment is not only key to public health and safety, it is our duty to future generations. We will mobilize the entire city, barangays, private sector, academia, civil society, and the religious sector for a massive clean-up drive in the next 2 or 3 months. This will be followed by an extensive education campaign on solid waste management. What we want to develop is not a short-term Band-Aid initiative, but a culture of love and care for the environment among our people. We urge every Botswanon, cleanliness and sanitation are responsibility of each one of us. Throwing garbage anywhere is not a petty act. It is a serious offense. It destroys the environment, risks a whole city, harms public health, and endangers lives. We shall not be lenient with violations. We will act decisively, and accountability will be enforced. We will also invest in improving our streetscapes and parks to create a more livable city. Next week, I shall schedule a budget call, and as we prepare for the 2026 budget, we will already allocate initial funds for the repair and rehabilitation of the Gingona Park, so that our people will have a place where they can walk freely, dream openly, and simply be themselves. A public space that belongs to everyone, safe, clean, and alive with the soul of Butuan. Our watershed protection initiatives will be strengthened to protect the city's water resources amid climate change and urban encroachment. Our newly passed watershed code will not be a paper law, but a living, enforceable policy on the ground. We are serious about this, and accountability shall be enforced. Fourth, inclusive development. In the pursuit of our vision of a great hub city of opportunities, we will energize our economic drivers, including agriculture, fisheries, forestry, industry, tourism, and MSMEs. We will expand what the Honorable Mayor Ronnie has started, AgriBoost, and explore the idle lands to bring more families into productive livelihoods and reduce poverty in our agricultural sector. MSME and startup development will be a personal crusade. We will support entrepreneurs and techpreneurs, young and old, and uplift the informal economy, treating it not as a nuisance, but as a partner in development. We will immediately work on the crafting of an MSME development program and I urge the Sangguniang Panlungsod to include as part of their priority legislative agenda the passage of a comprehensive MSME development code. We will explore the establishment of a vendors academy to provide micro-entrepreneurs with skills training, protection, and access to legitimate and dignified livelihood opportunities. We have already started the rehabilitation of the Langihan public market, and this will continue. We will give it a much-needed facelift and get rid of the undesirable smell permanently. But sustainability depends on cooperation. New protocols and regulations will be enforced, and compliance will be strictly required. Those who refuse to cooperate should have no place in the public market. We will also work to give every Botswanon access to basic facilities for a decent and comfortable life. This includes the continued construction of major water lines and barangay-level water systems, as well as renewable energy adoption guided by our Energy Development Plan. We will target the 100% implementation of our Urban Drainage Master Plan to solve our long-standing flooding problems. And we will begin planning for socialized township development to make housing more accessible for the urban poor and those in danger zones. Tourism will be a top priority. We will organize the City Development or the City Tourism Development Department of the city government, hire competent personnel, and strengthen the office. We will craft a comprehensive tourism development plan in partnership with the academe and other experts. We will enhance our heritage and natural sites and pursue ecozone development to attract value-adding industries. At the heart of our tourism identity is the Balangay, not just a boat, but a symbol of community, courage, resilience, and Filipino ingenuity. We will bring this legacy to the world. We will tell our story to the world. Already in the works, in partnership with the University of the Philippines, is the first ever Balangay International Conference that will gather not less than 300 historians, academics, experts, and students from different parts of the country and abroad. With them, they shall bring our story to the rest of the globe. Nag-meeting namin ni Ani, itong miyaging simana, the international conference is happening in September of this year. And finally, good governance. Efficient, transparent, and accountable governance is the cornerstone of all our progress. We will sustain and strengthen existing reforms and bring them down to the barangay level. We will build the capacity of barangays in development planning and budget preparation, ensuring meaningful grassroots participation and their alignment with the city's broader vision and direction. We will continue and further expand the digitalization of government processes under Butuan's Smart City Roadmap to make services more accessible, data-driven, and efficient. We will expand platforms for citizen engagement in governance, anchored on the newly passed People Empowerment Code, which the Sangguniang passed and the Honorable Mayor Lagnada signed into law. We will establish the City People's Council to give sectors, especially the weak, marginalized, and vulnerable, a voice in our decisions and our processes. And let me make this clear. We will not tolerate corruption. We will not tolerate abuse. Pasensyahay gyud to ani, kay gukdon tagyod mo. Power must never be used for personal gain. Enforcers of our laws, ordinances, and regulations should be strict, but not cruel. Resolute, but not abusive. Be reminded, you are enforcers, not punishers. You are keepers of order, not inflictors of pain. You are called not only to uphold rules, but to embody justice, discipline, and restraint. In your hands lies not just authority, but most importantly, trust. To my fellow workers in government, I shall be not only your partner, but also your best friend. But make no mistake about this. Do not confuse my kindness for leniency or my calm for weakness. Behind this light composure and smiling face is a soul prepared to defend my people, even to death, from anyone who would seek to harm our dignity and future or destroy what we have collectively worked so hard for. Kung wa pa ka mo makakilaka na ako, pangasubaan na lang ang mga silingan ko, hasta kakilaan niyo ako. I shall from time to time reach out to you, to your sectors, to your communities, or through platforms available to us, to keep you informed of our progress, our milestones, the challenges we face, and how we together can respond to them. Because you are part of governance, your voice matters, and I will always listen. I do not wish to promise what I cannot deliver. What I have laid out are concrete, doable targets, some within the first 100 days, others within the year, and all within the term. Our vision, our dreams, our aspirations, our ultimate goals, we shall continue to pursue without relenting. Yes, some may sound like tall orders, but this is the kind of governance that Team Wat Butuan brings, visionary and bold, never traditional, never afraid to face the difficult. We do not make small plans because we see the vast potential of our city, and we have proven that through the leadership of Mayor Lagnada in the last 9 years. We do not make tokenistic efforts, only genuine, wholehearted service for every Butuanon. Our ancestors once sailed the Balangay, braving vast and uncertain seas to bring Butuan to greater heights, carrying with them courage, faith, and unshakable will. They did not waver. They pressed on, and they conquered. And now, it is our turn. We are in a rare and opportune moment, a time to chart our course toward our shared vision, to make our own conquest, and to leave behind a legacy worthy of the next generations of Butuanons. And so, as your new mayor, I call on you. Join me in this voyage. And I give you my word. I will stand as your firm, capable, and steady navigator in this bold and hopeful journey toward a stronger, smarter, and more progressive Butuan. A Butuan that every Butuanon can truly call their own. Way mabilin sa paglawig ta, iban kita, tanan sa paglawig. Salamat kaniyaw, madyaw nga hinaat, kaniyong nga tanan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mayor of Butuan City, Lawrence Lemuel Portur.